A lawyer for former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn has told President Donald Trump's legal team that they are no longer communicating with them about the special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into Russian election interference. The decision could be a sign that Flynn is moving to cooperate with Mueller's investigation or to negotiate a deal for himself. Quick guide: the story of Donald Trump and Russia comes down to this: a sitting president or his campaign is suspected of having coordinated with a foreign country to manipulate a U.S. election. The story could not be bigger, and the stakes for Trump and the country could not be higher. Investigators are asking two basic questions. Did Trump's presidential campaign collude at any level with Russian operatives to sway the 2016 U.S. presidential election, and did Trump or others break the law to throw investigators off the trail? While a majority of the American public now believes that Russia tried to disrupt the U.S. election, opinions about Trump campaign involvement tend to split along partisan lines. 73% of Republicans, but only 13% of Democrats, believe Trump did nothing wrong in his dealings with Russia and its president, Vladimir Putin. The affair has the potential to eject Trump from office. Experienced legal observers believe that prosecutors are investigating whether Trump committed an obstruction of justice. Both Richard Nixon and Bill Clinton, the only presidents to face impeachment proceedings in the last century, were accused of obstruction of justice. But Trump's fate is probably up to the voters. Even if strong evidence of wrongdoing by him or his cohort emerged, a Republican congressional majority would probably block any action to remove him from office. Such an action would be a historical rarity. Former foreign policy advisor George Papadopoulos pleaded guilty to perjury over his contacts with Russians linked to the Kremlin, and the president's former campaign manager Paul Manafort and another 8 faced charges of money laundering. The investigations have an open timeline. Thank you for your feedback. The decision was communicated this week, said a person familiar with the decision who spoke to the Associated Press on condition of anonymity. The New York Times first reported the decision. In large criminal investigations, defense lawyers routinely share information with each other. But it can become unethical to continue such communication if one of the potential targets is looking to negotiate a deal with prosecutors. Lawyers for Flynn and his son, Michael Flynn Jr., declined to comment on Thursday. Flynn's son has also come under investigation from Mueller's team of prosecutors. Flynn was forced to resign as National Security Advisor in February after White House officials concluded he had misled them about the nature of his contacts during the transition period with the Russian ambassador to the United States. He was interviewed by the FBI in January about his communications with the ambassador, Sergei Kislyak. The Deputy Attorney General at the time, Sally Yates, soon advised White House officials that their public assertions that Flynn had not discussed sanctions with Kislyak were incorrect and that Flynn was therefore in a compromised position. Flynn was facing a Justice Department investigation over his foreign business dealings even before Mueller was appointed as special counsel in May to investigate potential coordination between the Trump campaign and Russia to influence the 2016 presidential election. Mueller has since taken over that investigation. Flynn, a prominent Trump backer on the campaign trail, has been a key figure in Mueller's investigation and of particular interest to Trump. The former FBI Director James Comey, for instance, said Trump had encouraged him to end an FBI investigation into Flynn during a private Oval Office meeting in February. Mueller announced his first charges in the investigation last month, including the guilty plea of a foreign policy advisor to the campaign, George Papadopoulos, and the indictments of the former campaign chairman Paul Manafort and a business associate, Rick Gates.